Okay, now we shall start. Today, what we are going to do is we are going to do the material calculation. So, what is this material calculation? Now, you see here, right? If you consider this cross section, you know what is this topmost layer? That is the wearing course, and here underneath that you are having what? The binder course. Okay, then you have here for the filling sections you have ABC, and here you are having soil type 1 soil. And if you consider location like this, you can see there is some cutting and filling in all. So we can calculate all these things. Now one thing you have to understand is we have done this using Civil 3D, plus we have done this using AutoCAD to check whether we are getting the actual values. So we are getting 99% actual values. Okay, as far as your level, as far as your levels are correct, you are getting, and as far as you have correctly modeled it, you are getting the correct values. Okay, so there is nothing to worry about that. Even this manual calculation gives the same results. We'll try to now if we are going to have our Civil 3D book, I'll just show you where you are going to get that. Yes, you are getting it here. Material calculation number 85. Okay, in the page number 85. Okay, so you can follow this material calculation in this from this page. Okay, so we'll do this first. We'll save this as a new file. Okay, usually the material calculation we do for 1 kilometer, but since I think here we are having something like 1.5 kilometer something, so it doesn't matter, right? So we'll save this as material calculation. Okay, so what we did was we just got a copy of the material calculations, so I mean the cross sections. Okay, so I'll be showing you the book itself also, because then it is easy for you to follow. Okay, then first thing you have to do is earthwork calculation. Okay, earthwork is cutting and filling. Okay, so for that you go to tool space, general tool space, and then you go to corridors. Here there is tool space there. Under prospector you go to corridors, you expand it, you are having this CSS corridor. You right click it and go to properties. Okay, so what you did, you go to general tool space, the tool space is there. So you go to prospector and you expand the corridor. There is a corridor CSS. You right click it and go to properties, and you have to go here to surfaces. So you remember to create the corridor, we added some corridor surfaces. Okay, so now we are going to delete them all. Okay, now we are going to delete them all. Okay, now again you have to create a corridor surface. While the links, the data type is links, specify code is top, you have to create a corridor surface. Okay, then you have to change the specify code to date and add the surface item button. datum, and you are going to add it here, add surface item. And the overhang correction here, it should be, now it is the default value is none, you have to give it to bottom links. Okay, you have to give it as bottom links. Now once this is already, or once it's finished, I'll tell you what we did here, right? Then you apply, remember these things. Shall I do it again? So once the, okay, so this assessment, of course, I think you will have to submit to the training division. Okay, so first what you have to do is you have to add a corridor surface, and when the specify code is bottom, sorry, datum, you are going to add the corridor surface like this, and this overhang correction should be bottom links. Now apply and press OK. Okay, now we have already added this. Now what we do is you have to select your alignment. So what was our alignment? Site 1 alignments, headline alignments. Our alignment was DCL, remember? So you go to DCL and go up to the sample line groups. Okay, and here there is SLG, the one we created. You right click it and go to properties. Then you go to sections there and go to sample more sources. Sample more sources. And then this is the one that we created now. This is the corridor surface that we created now. We are going to add it into the sample sources. Select it, add. Okay, so it is already there. Then apply. Okay, apply. Okay. Now can you see here another line is being added here, another line is being added as the existing one. This one was earlier, it was not there. Okay, now another line has been added as the existing line. Okay, right, anyway, not the existing line, the one that we are going to use for cutting and filling. Okay, now anyway, don't worry, now in the next step you will understand what we did. Okay, right, we did this one. Right, now it is just a matter of computing materials. Okay, so you go to sections, compute material. So that is very easy, right? Once you have done the required things, it is just a matter of some few clicks. So compute materials. So you use the relevant alignment and relevant sample line groups. So you remember the sample. What are the sample lines? Sample lines are the places where you go and cut the corridor. Okay. So you create the cross sections in these cutting sections, and also the material calculation also. So how you are going to do material calculation manually? You take a cross section and then you take all the areas. In 10-meter interval you take another cross section, you take all the areas and then you get the average, and you get the average area, and then you multiply it by the difference 10 meters. So exactly the same thing they are doing here, but one thing is it's automatic. Okay, right. So you select the alignment ECL, select sample line groups SLG, then you press OK, right? So here quantity takeoff criteria you have to select earthworks. Okay, you have to take quantity takeoff criteria is earthwork, right? Then you select existing ground. What is existing ground? That is EG. You remember existing ground is our existing ground EG. Datum. Datum is the one that we created now. Okay, that is CS 18. So you may be wondering, how do I know this number? I don't know this number. But only thing is, there are two values coming. Our existing ground we know that is EG. Then the datum should be the other one, the one that we created using the CSS corridor. Okay, press OK. Then this will show you the cutting and filling sections that it is going to calculate. That is why it says existing ground should be EG surface. Datum is the new corridor surface that we created, right? Right. Now these are the cutting and filling quantities that it is going to calculate. Now can you see that? Here. Now this is, this is a, what is this? This is the drain. Now earlier our ground is like this, so this drain has to be cut. Okay. Now earlier our ground surface is like this, so this has to be filled. Okay. And yeah, so up to that it is, the road is there, so we'll have to get these things as well. Okay, so it is like this. One thing that you have to understand is you have to do the, you have to have your the what you call your cross sections correctly, otherwise it is not coming. Now you can see that some problems are there because here maybe our levels are not complete. Now can you see that it can't show how this embankment is going. Okay, then of course some problems can emerge. Yes. Once you selected, okay, wait, I'll come. Okay, so once you have done this, then you have to go and generate the volume report. Okay, sections, generate volume report. So you have to select the alignment. So it has to come like sections generate volume report. Okay, sections generate volume report. And then you have to select the alignment ECL, that is okay. Sample line group, we have only one SLG. Material list, that is the only material list that we are having. Select a style sheet. So you have to select a style sheet here. Style sheet means how you are going to present it, right? So select a style sheet. Ours is earthworks. Okay, earthwork, you select earthworks XSL, open, and then press OK. Then you will get here, this is the one you are getting volume report. Here this is station, this is the cut area, it's a cut volume, reusable volume, fill area, fill volume, cumulative cut volume, cumulative reusable volume, cumulative fill volume, and cumulative net volume. Okay, now this is very much important for what? BOQ preparation. Okay, BOQ preparation. Now you know, in civil engineering contracts, you cannot go for 100% accuracy. Okay, but you know, those days how we did the estimates for small projects. You just go to site and look there, and you say, okay, here 1 meter height, there 3 meter fill. So you just jot down all these things, then come back to the office, and using these data, rough data, you are creating the estimate. But if you are having these things, the estimate that you are going to create today will be more accurate. Okay. Earlier, that depends upon your experience as a civil engineer, right? But today, even if you don't have any experience, if you have all the data, you can do the calculation. Okay. So this is about cutting and filling calculations. I think understood, right? Any questions? And then we are going to calculate road materials, wearing cost, binder cost, base cost, and sub base cost. Yes. No, the problem is, you know, in some cases in your computer that Internet Explorer is not working. In that case, you can't do that in that computer. So either you have to reinstall Internet Explorer, or you have to do that in another computer. Okay. Right. So we'll go back to road material calculation. So for that, you go to sections, compute materials again. Now here you don't have to do any preparations because it is already done. Okay, it's already done. So you go to compute materials, and here select alignment is DCL, sample line group is SLG. Okay, sections, uh, compute materials, and here select alignment is DCL, select sample line group, that is SLG, press OK. Not that, sorry. Sections, compute materials. Yeah, in this way also you can go using add new material ID. Okay, so Yeah. This is earthworks. So you can press import another criteria using material list. Okay, import another criteria, material list. Okay, then press OK. Now you have to use two material list. One is for the existing road, the other one is for uh, the widening section. Now for the, if we are going to consider now the existing road, what is our pavement material? Huh? That is, say, pave 1. Wait a second, I think, no, this is how it is given. This is how they give. So you have to take, say, payment material. There are no two payment material list. There is only one. So what you can do is say, we'll get for the payment material, we'll get pave 1, that is wearing cost. Sub base, of course, sub base 1, and base is base 1. Okay. Now, do you see any familiarity with this pave 1, sub base 1, base 1? You remember when we created that the sub assembly and the assembly? These are the things that we created. Now these are the things that we are going to calculate. Okay, based on the, say, pave 1, sub base 1, base 1. At that time, if you gave something like, say, uh, not base 1, if you gave some, say, base RDA, here you will have to calculate base RDA. Remember, right? So we are going to calculate an CSS pave 1, sub base 1 and base 1 in this material list. So you press OK and then press apply and press OK. Now it takes some time out. That's okay. Now if you go back to here to our cross sections, now if I select this one here, now can you see that you can select this one, that is pave 1. Can you select this one as well? No. Second one you can't select because it is not selected. But if you want to select this one, that is a base one, it's been selected because now we are going to calculate it. If you want to select this one, sub base, that you can select because these are things that we are going to calculate. But can you select this overlay and mill? No, you can't. If you are going to select it, what happens? Everything is selected. Now understand what I am telling. Now if I am going to select this part here, this part you can select because we are going to calculate it, we have given it. But if you are going to select the wearing cost, here you can't select it, everything is selected. If you are going to select uh, base 1, you can select it. If you are going to select sub base 1, you can select. But if you are going to select the mill, you can't select. Okay, so what we are going to calculate is this part, this orange part, and what is this color, gray part, and the yellow part only we are going to calculate now. Okay, So now we will calculate sections, generate volume report. So it is DCL, SLG, that is okay. Alignment is DCL. Sample line group is SLG. Material list is material list 2 because one is for the earthworks. Okay. Then select a style sheet, select material, press open, then press OK. Oh, I think it is not yet generated. This is the earlier one they are showing. Wait a second. Huh? You are no okay. No, I think this one. Of course, it is not yet generated. Wait a second. Okay, we'll do it again. Sections, generate volume report. Material is 2. That is select material. Press OK. This is wrong. What's the problem? Select material. Sorry. Generate volume report. No, no. We don't want to tick that one. Anyway, we'll just click that one and see. Now, what happens is it is taking this the earthwork thing. That's why. This is the XML report. Oh, did we change that name? Is it materials? We'll see. Material 2 is that is okay, right? Then we'll go for some different one. Now it's again coming like this. So there is some problem here in the software installation or something. Now usually what happens is now maybe those who have done they might have get there should be some three lines, three rows. Okay, within three rows they are getting something like what is the base one material, base two material, base three material. In my case, I think there is some problem. So what we can do is we'll delete this and we'll do it again to see. Compute material. So we'll remove this. Okay. sections, compute material. So here you have to go import another criteria, material list. Okay, payment material, you can get pay 1, sub base material, sub base 1, base material, base 1. Okay, apply. So we'll try to add another a new material. So the problem may be why it is not coming. Maybe that material list XML is either it is not working or something. Okay. Okay, we'll again check 6 generate volume report. Material list 3. Select material. No, it's not working. Did you guys get whatever Zoom class? Did you get something like say you have to have some 3 lines? Okay, three rows that shows what is the base one material, sorry, pay one material, then base one material, base two material, like you have to take. Now one thing you can do, see, here is say now here if you go to your assembly, you know, if you are going to consider this part, this sub assembly, check here sub assembly properties, parameters. Here you are having overlay and what, overlay and see here overlay depth and minimum clearance. This is the overlay depth, this is minimum clearance, that is mill and level. Okay, and here if you are going to select this one, sub assembly properties, you have to take here pave 1 is there, pave 2 is there, pave 3 is not there, base 1 depth and sub base 1 depth. So these are what you are having there in the material calculation. For each and every one, you have to give a material list. So for one material list, you can select some few. Say, now in the first material list, I will select pave 1 and then base 1, sub base 1. And the material list 2, I'll select only pave 2. Then I get the pave 2 as well. But just think that your ABC, that sorry, the asphalt you are going to use for wearing costs and the you know the binder costs are similar, but still there is no method that you can get them together, pave 1, pave 2, but still you will have to go for another material list. Okay, so in the first material list you can select pave 1, base 1, sub base 1. Second material list you can select what, pave 2. In the third material list you can select overlay, and for the fifth material list, fifth or fourth material list, you can select mill and level as your next material. So in that way you can select you can calculate all the materials. Okay.